The game is rigged. Failure makes everything harder, while others start with advantages. The game is rigged. Born into hard mode, struggle feels normal. What are the cheat codes? Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, your bank account just stays the same? Like you're running on a treadmill that's going nowhere? You're not lazy or bad with money. You're stuck in the invisible tax loop, money you lose daily simply because you don't have a cushion. Here's the infuriating truth. Rich people don't pay this tax. They get discounts for being rich. You get fees for being broke. Let's start with something we all need. Food and soap and toilet paper. The stuff you can't escape. Say you need dish soap. If you have $40 in your pocket, you go to the big supermarket. You buy the big bottle for $5. That bottle lasts 2 months. But what if you only have $5 in your pocket and you need to eat for the next 3 days? You go to the corner store. You buy the tiny bottle for $3. It lasts 2 weeks. And now do the math with me. That tiny bottle costs more per squeeze. Over 2 months, you're spending $12 on dish soap. The person with the cushion spent $5 for the exact same thing. You just paid more than double. For what? For being short on cash on a Tuesday afternoon. That's not a life choice, that's a trap. This applies to everything. The family-size bag of chips is cheaper per chip. The big pack of diapers is cheaper per diaper. But if you can't afford the family-size price tag today, you're locked out of the savings forever. Now let's talk about the place where your money sleeps, the bank. You'd think a bank wants to help you save money, right? Wrong. Banks are businesses, and they've figured out exactly who to squeeze. Here's a number that will stick in your head. $35. That's the average overdraft fee. What's an overdraft? It's when you spend $1 more than you have. Let's say you have $5 in your account. You buy a sandwich for $6. You're in the negative by $1. The bank doesn't say, hey, we'll spot you. They hit you with $35. Think about that. You borrowed $1 for 1 day. You paid $35 for the loan. If I lent you $1 and asked for $35 back tomorrow, you'd punch me in the face. And you'd be right, but when the bank does it, it's just policy. And here's the kicker. The people who get hit with these fees, they're not the rich ones with $10,000 in savings. The rich ones have overdraft protection. The bank just moves money from their savings to cover them. No fee. The system takes from the empty pockets to line the full ones. It's not an accident. It's by design. Okay, let's talk about something most of us can't live without. A car. If you live outside a big city, a car isn't a luxury. It's how you get to work. It's how you buy food. It's how you survive. Now, imagine 2 people need a car. Person A has good credit and $2,000 saved. They go to a normal dealership. They buy a reliable used Toyota for $10,000. Their loan interest is maybe 4%. That car runs for years. Person B has no savings and bad credit, but they need a car by Monday to keep their job. They go to a buy here, pay here lot. These places are the wolves of the car world. They sell a junker that's worth maybe $3,000, but they list it for $8,000. Why? Because they know you have no choice. And then because your credit score is low, the interest rate is 24%. Do the math. They end up paying $15,000 for a car worth $3,000. And here's the cruel joke. That junker will probably break down before the loan is even paid off. So now they're stuck, still making payments on a dead car, needing another loan for another junker. It's a hole that keeps getting deeper. The rich person buys a car and saves money over time. The person who's struggling buys a car and loses money over time. Same goal, opposite result. Now for the big one, the roof over your head. I want you to think about rent differently for a second. Rent isn't just paying for a place to live. Rent is paying someone else's mortgage. Every month, your rent check goes to your landlord. They use that money to pay their bank loan. And when their loan is paid off, they own the building. You own nothing. It's like you're mowing someone else's lawn every week, and they're the one who gets to enjoy the backyard barbecue. So why doesn't everyone just buy a house? Because you need the door fee, the down payment. Let's say you need $15,000 to buy a small house. If you're paying $1,500 a month in rent, how do you save $15,000? You'd have to save every single penny for 10 months, but you can't because rent eats half your check, and food, and gas, and that car payment from the buy here, pay here lot. It's the ultimate catch-22. You need money to save money, but you can't save money because you have no money. The person who owns a house pays a fixed amount every month. Over time, that payment stays the same while their income goes up. The person who rents, their rent goes up every year. They're running faster just to stay in the same place. We've talked about money, but there's something even more valuable that poverty steals: your time. And time is the one thing you can never get back. Let's do laundry. If you have a washer and dryer in your apartment, laundry takes 10 minutes of your attention. You throw it in, you go watch TV, you come back, done. If you don't have a washer and dryer, you have to gather your quarters, haul your heavy bag to the bus stop, wait for the bus, ride for 15 minutes, sit in a laundromat for an hour and a half, because if you leave, your clothes might get stolen. Fold everything, wait for the bus again, go home. Congratulations, you just spent 3 hours to do something that takes someone else 10 minutes. You didn't get paid for those 3 hours. In fact, you paid $5 for the machines. You lost money and time. Double loss. This applies to food too. If you live in a neighborhood without a big grocery store, they call them food deserts, you walk to the corner store. They don't have fresh veggies. They have overpriced canned stuff and junk food. You pay more, you eat worse, and it took you an hour. When you're struggling, everything just takes longer. Everything has more steps. And those steps add up to hours and hours that you could have used to rest, to learn something new, or to work a little extra. Okay, this is the part where I'm supposed to tell you to invest in stocks or start a side hustle. And sure, those things can help. But if you're stuck in the loop we just talked about, that advice is like telling someone to climb a mountain when they're ankle deep in mud. The first step isn't getting rich. The first step is getting stable. You need to build a tiny wall between you and the chaos. I call it the cushion. It's $1,000. That's it. Just $1,000 in the bank that you do not touch unless the world is on fire. Why 1,000? Because that's enough to break the cycle. Car tire blows, you replace it. No payday loan needed. Get hit with a surprise bill? You pay it. No overdraft fee. Need the big bottle of soap? You buy it. No more overpaying at the corner store. That $1,000 is a concrete barrier between you and the ditch. It doesn't make you wealthy, but it makes you safe. And safety is the only place where good decisions are possible. When you're not panicking about money, your brain works better. You can think, you can plan, you can see the traps before you fall into them. Let's boil this down to 3 simple truths. 1, the less you have, the more you pay. Small sizes cost more. High interest costs more. Late fees cost more. It's the opposite of a loyalty discount. 2, time is money, and poverty steals both. Long bus rides, laundromat waits, running to 3 different stores. It all eats the hours you could be using to get ahead. 3, the goal isn't riches, it's breathing room. That first $1,000 in savings is the most important money you'll ever save. It's the key that unlocks the exit door. So here's your mission. If you want it, don't look at the big picture. That's scary. Look at the one leak in your boat. Find the one thing you're overpaying for because you don't have the cash to buy the better version. Is it the car payment? The interest on a credit card? The rent that keeps going up? Pick one. Attack it. Build that cushion, $1 at a time. If this video helped you see things a little clearer, hit that like button. It really does help more people find it. And subscribe if you want to understand money without the boring jargon. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me, what's one thing in your life that feels harder or more expensive than it should be? Is it groceries, transportation, just trying to keep the lights on? Let me know. I read them. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself and take care of that cushion. I'll see you in the next one.